Hey guys, we're back with the DTC podcast. Now, we're going to get into the nitty gritty. You ready, Mike?
No. Okay, I am.
All right. So we did designers. We did consumers. Let's talk about the clients, the people who hire designers. Okay. And I'm going to ask the question that I don't think any of our graphic designer friends are ready for, but how much is too much to pay a graphic designer for package design?
Yeah, it's $17.86. That is the number.
I don't know. I don't know if that's too much, man. I think a deck of Magic the Gathering cards, right? Or a Charizard. A Charizard Pokemon card is too much.
Yeah, you think? Dude, those are worth a ton of money.
I remember at one point someone offered me that pizza deal. Remember like when someone paid for pizza with 50 Bitcoins?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I mean, dude, I remember some people offered me like, I'll send you 30 Bitcoin. Just make this flyer for me.
Dude.
I regret it.
Oh, my God. If I would have done that, I wouldn't be sitting here. That's for sure. I'd be on a boat.
You would be sitting exactly here, right?
I would be, well, maybe, but I would be on a boat somewhere. Like
you'd have your rocker
warm,
hair again, for sure.
My rock star hair from like 1908. I always go to these really far off. There's no reason.
I don't understand that. It must be a thing for rockers.
It was actually like in 2004. But yeah, I would be awesome. I'd be dead in 6 months though.
All right, so let me ask you a question that I need you to be vulnerable about. What's the most you've ever been paid to design a package for a product? Tell the truth, Mike.
$3,000.
Seriously?
Yeah.
What was it?
It was like a bunch of labels and a bunch of boxes all at the same time.
Wow, $3,000. So it was a package set.
Oh yeah, it wasn't just like one label.
How about like for just one package? What's the most you've been paid?
Oh, like $500.
$500.
Yeah,
that's solid, man.
Well, yeah, but dude, you know what I mean. You get what you pay for.
It's very true.
You know what I mean. You can hire a kid that doesn't know what he's doing for like $49, and then you're waiting 6 months to get it because they don't know what they're doing. Where as someone that's been doing it forever, yeah, pay me $500. I've already broken this a million times. I know what's going to work. I'll make it work right off the first time. I'm pretty much going to send you something and you're going to go, wow, yeah, okay, cool, you nailed it. So I only have like one small change and then we're going to run with this.
Dude, I love everything you just said, and we got to dissect that. But okay, I should probably say my number two, right?
Yeah.
So this isn't like a measuring contest by any means. So like, don't take this in any weird way. But I got paid $20,000 once.
Jesus.
And it wasn't for a product that people could sell. It was for a billboard.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay.
And the reason I got to charge that much was because I couldn't convince the client to pay me for the design. So I said, no problem. What I'm going to do is the phone number that I'm going to put on this billboard. I get a piece of everything that comes from people who call this phone number.
Yeah.
And I murdered it. I designed this great campaign, and every single person that called in, I got the track, and I had like a number that you had to use with the VoIP thing, like press 1 if you saw the billboard. And every single time someone called in, I made $1. 20,000 calls in the first 6 months.
Oh my God, that's genius.
And when you set something up like that, that's where you can really kill it, right? With the package designs.
Yeah, for sure.
People don't realize how much power a graphic designer has in the look and feel of what your product is.
Yeah.
I hate clients that don't understand that, yeah, you can go to Fiverr and you could pay someone $10, $20 design your label, but it's going to look like it was made in Microsoft Paint. And sure, it might get the job done. It's definitely not CFR 101 compliant.
No.
That's for sure, right? And
you're probably not even going to get the correct art files.
Oh, you're saying like a JPEG isn't ready to be printed?
Oh, that's my favorite. Don't even get me started. They send you like, oh yeah, I already got a logo. And they send you a JPEG, and I'm like,
my favorite is when I get
this.
My favorite is an Excel file. I'm like, this is print ready, right? I'm like, what?
No, it's not. It's not print ready.
I don't even understand what this is that I'm looking at.
Didn't I just send you a meme earlier today about that?
The Morpheus one?
No, yeah. I think was it Morpheus? Yeah, it was.
Take the blue pill and get a shitty Fiverr designer.
No, it was
take the red pill.
By putting your JPEG into an AI file and saving it doesn't make it a vector.
I think that clients don't understand that the first 10 seconds that someone looks at your product, they need to know exactly what that product is.
Yep.
They need to develop brand equity in that moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then everything else that comes after that determines customer lifetime value and everything else is really dependent on if the product's good.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? So there's this guy, I follow him like nonstop. His handles like his name of his company is like the Futur, F-U-T-R.
I don't follow him. You're going to have to give me his information.
So this guy...
I love everything he gives me to follow. It's awesome.
This guy does like these seminars and he teaches people how to design, how to charge people and clients, like all this great stuff.
Okay.
And so he talks about when you are pitching a client and you explain to that client, like, hey, my rate's going to be $10,000 for this brand kit. And the client's like, oh my God, what am I getting for $10,000? I want to know, give me the hour breakdown. How many hours are you going to put into this? And, the guy responds with 5 hours. But you'll have this like by Friday. And the client's like, well, I want to pay you by the hour. And so then you look at the client and you ask him, are you undervaluing my time because you want to pay me by the hour? Okay, well, then I'll just bill you for 100 hours. And I'll deliver it to you in 10 weeks instead of giving it to you up front.
Yeah, right.
No, the client values speed and efficiency.
Right.
And we get to charge for that.
Yeah.
Being designers who have broken the machines, just like you said earlier, that know exactly what we're doing to get the job done. I can't tell you how many times someone's hit me up. For example, my best friend, Riz. We talk about him on all these other... I got another podcast with him. Shout out, Riz. He had this company called Happy to Deliver.
Okay.
And what they were doing was during COVID, people needed packages delivered from their businesses.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have deliveries. And like Uber didn't offer this at that time. So he created his own platform for like businesses, like let's say like a apparel store.
Okay.
To ship shirts to customers at home so they would get it. Right.
Okay.
And at a rate that made sense locally. Right. Let's say you're a pharmacy.
Okay.
Pharmacies don't have delivery services. They just don't exist. But you have like 60 deliveries in one shot rather than like going through these Ubers or Postmates or whatever to deliver whatever that stuff is.
Okay.
You could hire this company to do all 60 deliveries in one shot.
That's smart.
I created a logo for him in 5 minutes.
Okay.
And now he is making... he does over 50,000, 60,000 deliveries, and it's because the logo I designed for him is this great logo that I knew how to put together in five minutes.
Yeah, because you've been doing it
and he
forever.
Loved it. I can't tell you how many times someone will hit me up and it's like, hey, I need something for this. And I'm like, yeah, no problem. Hold my beer, right? And I'm like,
yeah, right.
I sent it to them on iMessage on my laptop, and they're like, oh my God, I have no idea how you did this so fast, but I love this.
Yeah, right.
And the reality is, I've been doing it for so long that it's just that easy.
Right. I can't understand why people will be so happy to pay a carpenter to come to your house for, say, a carpenter, right? They come to your house and they'll frame out your, a room or a basement, whatever it is, and they'll frame it out in a day for something that would take me a freaking month.
You couldn't frame a house in a day?
Yeah, it would fall down in a week, but yeah, for sure. But that's what I'm saying. They're so happy to pay them whatever that wage is, but like they can't understand that it's the same with us.
Right.
We have an expertise that we've been doing for me, it's been 20 years. You've been doing it for pretty close to the same. So yeah, when you can do a logo in 5 minutes, like hold my beer, like you said, then, what did you want me to do? Did you want me to spend 20 hours and get you the same exact thing? I've just done it for 20 years, so I already know it doesn't work.
It's true. I think at the end of the day, clients don't understand how to determine how much money they're going to make from something.
Yeah.
And then what they want to invest into what I call product development.
Yeah.
So you look at like the music industry.
Okay.
A&R will find an artist.
Yeah.
And they're going to be like, yeah, we know that this person's going to go platinum. We're going to make, $2 million off the record sales in the next 6 months.
Okay.
We're going to invest $200,000 into developing this artist, right?
Mm-hmm.
They get them a trainer, a vocal coach, studio time, logo design, photo shoots, video, like all that stuff.
Yeah.
And they create a budget for it because they know how to forecast what's going to happen because someone has been in the industry long enough to look at it and just know.
Yeah, there's a formula to that already.
In the direct-to-consumer, consumer packaged goods model, there's no one that is, there are people, but the barrier to entry is so low for people to get into the business that it's so hard for anyone to be like, yeah, I'm going to make $300,000 off this product in the next 6 months. So yeah, I'll spend 30 grand on my A&R development for what this product's going to be. Yeah. And I just wish people would hire a consultant to get that answer. What is too much that I should be paying for this package design? Right? Because I mean, let's look at an example, right? My good friend Sean owns a manufacturing plant. You might know him, right?
Yep.
From Pittsburgh.
Yep.
And my key to getting a job at probably one of the worst times in my life was when I was like, hold my beer. He was like, show me what you can do for packaging for one of my brands.
Okay.
I turned around a design. You remember seeing this, right?
Oh, it was badass.
And I put on a 3D render, which most people don't know how to do properly.
No.
And I did it in an hour.
Okay.
Probably, right? I sent it to him. And I remember his reaction. He was just like, I can't imagine how I could run this brand without someone like you for doing what this is, right? And immediately gave me a job offer. Granted, it was in Pittsburgh, but I moved, right?
Well, thank God you did.
I needed that job. And we then spent 3 lovely years together, Mike, sitting next to each other.
Yeah, it was fun.
But that was the magic, right? I could impress someone so quickly, knowing that consumers would see this and buy it immediately.
Yeah, for sure.
And you know how I know that Sean was right in his decision?
How do you know?
I can't count how many people stole that design.
Oh, dude.
On 2 hands. I can't count it.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, right? I mean, every single major protein company, down to Isopure, down to MHP, they all copied it.
Yes, sir.
Right? They all had the giant splashes. They all had the fruits. They all had every single person.
Everywhere. And some of them did it well.
I mean, not better than us.
Heck no.
But they did it well.
Yeah, they did it well.
And so, you know, when I think about it, Sean made the right decision. He picked someone that knew how to disrupt. He knew how to design something, knew how to change the game. And you and I partnered together. Yeah. I did the first one. Yeah. You knocked out the other, 100 flavors and other combinations. But I remember your reaction when you saw it.
Oh, dude, it was beautiful.
Yeah, and I made 6 figures on that job offer.
Yeah, for sure.
Off of something I did in an hour.
Yeah, it was pretty badass.
I think at the end of the day, and I think Sean knows.
I wish I had the 2 containers here from what it was to what it became. I mean, wow.
And I think Sean was in the industry long enough to know, to be like a smart, A&R executive, to be like, yeah, this is going to make this much more money on this product. Oh, yeah. Right? And he was just smart enough to make that decision. So if you are the owner of a brand, I need to hire someone to design package for you. Or if you are a clothing designer and you need to hire someone to create the cut and sew pattern for a shirt or for a hoodie or whatever, the person that you're going to hire has to be decided within a budget of what you think that product's going to make. Yeah, and I think that's how you make those decisions.
Well, yeah, it makes perfect sense. But why do some people in certain spaces not?
Why do people not make common sense decisions?
Yeah,
I think the reality is no one teaches anyone this stuff, man.
Yeah, a lot of people are out there winging it.
I mean, supplement facts, UPC codes. Oh my God! Can you count how many brands have sent you a label and you're like, yeah, I need the UPC code, and they're like, huh, what? Yeah. What's GS1? We don't know how to make a UPC code.
No clue. They're no idea. And it's people have already spent thousands of dollars developing their label, their packaging, and they didn't even think that part of it through. So then they try to put it on Amazon, and Amazon's like, hold up. And now they're like, oh my God, we already printed 100,000 of these labels. Now what are we going to do? And I'm like, well, you're going to have to print 100,000 more of these labels. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but
or pay Mike $250 an hour to make a sticker that you could put over the
yeah. You can contact me for those stickers, Mike at akgcreative.com. Thank you.
So I guess if you're a brand owner or you want to start your own brand and you don't know any of this information, where do you go to find a consultant? Where do you go to get this information so that you don't mess up? I think the reality is you have to go find a mentor in the DTC space or the CPG space that will answer these questions for you.
It's not easy to find either, really.
I think it's so easy to find.
To be honest with you, if I wasn't doing what I do, I wouldn't even know where to start.
Bro, man, I think if you go on LinkedIn, go on Instagram, you go to any one of these like platforms, CEOs of major brands make themselves so accessible that you can literally just DM them. or message them or comment on their last post. Like, hey, man, I'm starting out my own brand. I need some advice.
So that's pretty cool.
Right?
Never tried that before.
Dude, I can tell you so many CEOs in my circle in that CPG, DTC space right now will be so happy to give advice to anyone who wants it. Because at the end of the day, you could steal a founder's idea, but you can't steal founders. Right? I will tell you everything you want to know about anything you want to know, but you'll never be me. So I'm not worried about you like being competition. And then the other aspect is that there's more than enough money out there for everyone to eat, right?
Yeah, that's for sure.
So I don't mind helping anyone get answers to any of that stuff. Now, the reality is you could get answers a lot quicker and get your work done a lot quicker if you hire me or one of my guys, right? But
yeah, we are for hire.
At the end of the day, I think it's just really important that people don't enter a space and hire people to do work for you if you don't have the whole blueprint figured out.
Yeah, you waste a lot of time. A lot of time, and time's money. So, I just spend the money up front, hire someone that knows what they're doing, that can get you to the finish line quicker, and then you're making money now instead of later, and then you're not paying for mistakes. I mean, if it costs you $30,000, let's put the number on the table, to get yourself to a point where you're selling to make $300,000, but if you don't know what you're doing, and you can do that, let's say in 3 months, but you don't know what you're doing, and it's still $30,000. But then you make 9 mistakes along the way, and it takes you 7 months.
Absolutely.
I mean, dude, it just makes more sense.
The other thing is, like, how much do you pay a consultant? You pay them what you can.
Yeah.
That's the truth, right?
Yeah, most consultants will work with you.
If someone DMs me, is like, yo, bro,
yeah,
I got
it's not an
$500.
iPhone.
I got $500 for an hour of your time.
Yeah.
I just need advice. I need you to point out all the things that I'm going to mess up on. I'll be like, here's my Zelle. Here's my Cash App. Let's go. I got you.
For sure.
And if it's not worth my time, the fact that someone's offering me money for my time, I'm going to either point them in the direction of someone who will help.
Yeah.
Right. And, or I'll just do it for free. If the number doesn't make sense, just because they approach me the right way.
Yeah.
And it's that little thing that makes a difference, right?
Yeah,
come to me rather than me like, hey, can you come to my office, Ankur? I want advice on this. I'm like, no, bud, you can come to me to where I live down the street and we can grab a cup of coffee and I'll answer your questions, right? Or you can come to my office or any one of those things.
Yeah, for sure.
But we could talk about clients and the mistakes that they make all day long. And I think we should do an episode about clients from hell and tell some stories. How do you feel about that?
Oh, dude.
Will we get in trouble?
I don't care.
You don't care?
I don't care. Listen, I'm not going to name names, but...
I will. I'm ready. Sue me. No, I'm kidding. Don't sue me.
Do not sue him.
All right, guys. I think we're going to wrap up this episode. And if you guys have any questions about packaging, how much to spend, how to find a consultant, DM me. I will happily point you in the right direction. You don't have to pay me $500. I promise. I'll do it for free. I would love if you went to buymeacoffee.com/Ankur K. Garg.
He does like coffee.
And send me that $3 coffee. You remember when I sent that to you? It was dope. It was amazing.
I have yet to put that in my email signature.
We're just going to put mine in your email signature.
Ankur. Every time you send me an email, I'm like, I'm going to do that. And I never do it.
We should do a whole episode about email signatures.
That's a great idea.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll catch you on the next episode.
See ya.